Hello and welcome to another episode of Absolute Bedlam Podcast. I don't even know what season I'm on anymore. I'm gonna stop pretending that I know at this point. But it is July 2025, so I'm sure hardcore fans can check out what season this is at this point. But yeah, got Mr. Matt Benson on the podcast today. So how's it going? You all
Hello.
right?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Just chilling,
Yeah.
chilling. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right. Not bad, not bad. Been listening to some of your stuff.
Awesome.
Mainly Spitting Teeth.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pleasantly surprised that I haven't sort of come across you before, considering we both know Sam Kubrick. And
Yeah.
I've seen Ocean's 8 Alaska like three or four times, probably in Bristol, but it's kind of
Okay.
like these gigs sort of come up out of nowhere. And I get like a spare ticket in return for me like driving up because some of my friends are like go super hard at gigs, but they don't have a driving license. So it's like
Right.
I'm their sort
Yeah.
of Uber driver for the night. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm quite surprised that we haven't actually crossed paths in any respect before. Mm,
I hear that a lot, to be fair, because I've got a
mm.
lot of mutuals with a lot of people,
Yeah,
and then it's sort of just we just randomly like meet, and it's like, oh, you know this person. And it's like,
yeah,
yeah. It's like, oh, sick.
yeah. 2 or 3 degrees of separation rather than the usual six.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all
Always.
good. So yeah, we'll get into the music in a bit, but most of the time I ask this question first to most guests, which is how did you find school life?
Oh, okay. So we're talking high school, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'll go high school,
Like,
yeah.
it was okay. I was pretty quiet when I started, like year seven. I was like the fat kid
Hmm.
who didn't really know what to do or how to make friends, if that made sense. Like I had my circle of friends, and it's sort of like I just tried to keep within that. And then as I progressed through the years, I randomly just lost a load of weight and just
Mm.
gained a lot of confidence. And just at that point, I became like the guy who was friends with like people in every group.
Mhm.
So I'd have I was friends with the people in the nerd groups. I was friends with like all the emos and goths. I was friends with like some of the popular kids and
Mm.
then just the middle ground. But I think that was because I tried to make myself like the funny guy.
Yeah.
So something I quickly figured out in school was if you can make yourself funny and make everyone else laugh, people won't bully you
Mm.
because it's sort of just like if they can laugh with you, they don't laugh at you, if that makes sense. Um,
Mm.
but if I look back now, I'm glad it's over, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. It was okay.
Yeah, I think school gave you like a good sense of routine of like,
Yeah,
right, I
yeah,
need to be here at this time and I need to speak to this person.
yeah,
But
100%.
apart from that, yeah, I do hear that a lot where guests say, I didn't really have a great time at school. And
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff nowadays with like neurodivergence and, I don't
yeah,
find myself learning best in a classroom and all that sort of stuff. And it's kind of like trying to teach a giraffe how to climb a tree. And it's like,
yeah.
there needs to be more than one way of learning that isn't just
Oh,
like
yeah.
being talked at?
That is literally the case because everyone learns in a different way.
Mm,
It's not like a one size fits all. Like I would find myself because I'm not like a academic guy in the slightest. Like I can't do maths. I'm all right at English, but I'm not the best. And I'd often find myself in classes with like a lot of disruptive people.
yeah,
And it was like because of that,
yeah.
and the teachers were focused on that, I feel like I didn't learn anything, if that makes sense. And I was just sort of trying my hardest just to simply get by,
Hmm.
which sucks.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Can you remember the naughtiest thing you did at school or someone else did at high school? Sorry, not school.
Oh man. Um, I wasn't a particularly naughty guy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um, Sometimes I would like skip certain classes, like because I hated PE.
yeah,
But there
yeah.
was one PE teacher
Hmm.
who he was called Mr. Smith, and he was a legend because he knew I hated it, and he'd just be like, "Right, come on, like you need to get on the field," and I'd just be like, "I'd rather not," and he'd be like, "All right, go sit down then."
Mm.
He was sick. I do remember my school for some reason introduced this thing where every other Monday there wasn't a lesson on the last period. You'd pick like it was called PEP, you'd pick like an activity
Mm,
and you'd do it in like a group.
mm,
And for some reason, the first like I guess round of it, I ended up in dissecting club, which was like a science one.
okay.
And there was this kid called Owen, and I remember we were doing an eyeball, like dissecting like an eyeball, and he hit it with a hammer, and it like splattered, and it went all up this girl's back, and it
That's
was just disgusting. But
okay.
yeah, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, it's funny how we always remember like one or two good teachers, and
Oh
we've
yeah, yeah,
always got like a crazy story. Like mine was at it was called DT, Design Technology,
yeah, yeah,
and it was a woodwork, and I had to make like a time capsule sort of box,
yeah,
and you glue the box together, and then you had to like plastic mold the thing on top
yeah.
that was the lid, and you could write anything on the lid. And I remember painting the box with this paintbrush. I was painting it blue. And as I was like doing the motion of painting the box, I was literally covering this other student to my left, just completely like her entire white shirt was just getting flicks of blue paint along it.
Thick,
And I realized that
thick.
I was doing it, but I was like, I've already like started and she's gonna fucking hate me anyway,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
regardless, so I might as well just keep going.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's funny how we
Pretend you don't
remember
know.
these things. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm sure she's got a washing machine, so she'll be all right. But yeah, all good. So music, it's one of the reasons we're here.
Yeah, man.
I think I came across your Instagram account.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how these things happen nowadays. They kind of just circle into each other, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need
Literally.
guests. So
Yeah.
here we are. But what would you say out of the two bands that you're in, what would you say is like your sort of main band, if that makes sense? I know that no one really likes a side chick, but
Yeah, yeah. Definitely spitting teeth now.
mm,
Um,
yeah,
Loose ends is kind of like done with now, unfortunately. Um, I do play with another band every now and again called Wither.
yeah,
Really cool hardcore band from Wolverhampton. Um, they needed a fill-in like a
mm,
while ago, asked me to do it. I did it. And
mm,
now it just seems like every single show they need someone that I just end up playing it. That's really fun. But yeah, Spitting Teeth, it's like my, I guess, bread and butter
yeah,
now, which is cool.
yeah. So how long have Spitting Teeth been going?
So I believe it started just after lockdown, maybe in lockdown, if that makes sense. I think Joel started like writing stuff because obviously he was in Silent Screams. They were sort of done. And he just wanted to do something let out like some anger. He's really into like deathcore, um, and wanted to do something more on the heavy side. So they, I believe, Suffer, the first single, was released in 2020, 2021, around that. And I was a fan of Joel, so because I really liked his old band, and I've been getting tattooed by him ever since I was 18. Um, and yeah, just fast forward a few years. So 2022, he was actually tattooing me, and it was like the hottest day of the year as well, and I was like dying. And he just said to me like, "Can you play to a click track?" And I was like, "Yeah." And like he was just like kept asking me questions because he had done a feature on a Loose End song
Mm,
not long before that, and he was just asking me all these questions, and he was like, "Would you want to like join?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
yeah,
Like inside, I was like shitting myself.
yeah,
Because I'd like thought about asking him so many times if they needed like another guitarist like to hit me up, but I was like,
mm,
he's not going to say yes to that. Like they're all like really tall, muscly, like
yeah,
scary looking dudes, and I'm just like this little young guy with like a baby face. But yeah, he asked me to join, and yeah, here we are. So a
yeah.
few years, about 5 years, I'd say it's been a band.
Funny how these things just kind of happen, isn't it? Like it seems to me like if you're a musician that's a
Yeah,
tattoo
yeah,
artist or you cut people's hair, that seems to be like
yeah.
that's where the people come to you and you end up just
Yes,
chatting
yeah,
about
yeah,
like businesses, music, bands, what you're watching on Netflix, and You walk out of the barber shop
Yeah,
or tattoo parlor and
100%.
you're like, what the fuck? Like, what's just happened? Like, my life's just changed. How's this?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That is
Yeah,
literally what happens.
yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, awesome.
No, a lot of barbers and a lot of tattoo artists that are in bands. It's mental.
Yeah, I see some people on Instagram. I think there was not a tattoo artist. There was a barber at the Back to the Beginning Black Sabbath show,
Yeah,
and he's got like I think it was something like 60,000 followers on Instagram, and he seems to
yeah, yeah.
cut everyone's hair backstage.
Yeah,
Like
I
mad,
know
isn't it?
someone like that. There's a guy called Chris. He does merch for a lot of bands as well.
Hmm.
But he just started like cutting hair for bands on tour, and now he's like really good mates with like Teddy Swims and stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's weird how this shit happens, but
Yeah,
it does.
just got to say yes to stuff, haven't you? Really, I think
Yeah, 100%.
just jump in and just see what happens.
Literally.
Yeah, awesome. Gonna hit you with a bit of a deep one.
Go for it.
Top three/5 albums
Oh
for
shit, man.
yourself.
Oh fuck. Um, okay, we'll go Iowa, Slipknot.
Yeah,
I feel like that's got to be in there. Um, First band I ever liked was Iron Maiden.
yeah,
So I'll throw in. Fuck, I've got so many fucking albums.
yeah, man.
Fucking hell. Let's go Brave New World. It's not the best, but I think that was like the first one I ever heard.
Hmm.
That's two. We'll go Trivium, Ascendancy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like one of them things. Like people ask me what I listen to on Spotify. It's like, I don't even know what bands I like right now.
Hmm.
It just like escapes my brain.
Yeah.
Um, what else do I listen to? I do like Machine Head Unto the Locust.
Hmm.
When I was a bit younger, I listened to that like non-stop. And might as well add a fifth one. I feel like I thought about this earlier. I was looking at the questions, and now I'm just like,
Any rogue shouts like punk rock or ska music or lo-fi?
surprisingly, no. I'm trying to think of like smaller bands
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
most of what I listen to is hardcore. But like album wise,
Hmm. Bit of your
let's
demise.
throw in any yeah, literally, let's throw in any Terror album.
Yeah.
Literally any Terror album, because I'll listen to any Terror album and have a good time.
I think they've played Weymouth before, which is
They
mental.
probably have. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's what
It was Casey, Grove Street, I think it was. Unearth.
sick band. Grove Street
Unearth's
is sick.
drummer was the deputy for Killswitch Engage at the time.
Oh, sick.
And he literally came up to me because I was like helping put the gig on. He was like, "Do you want a bottle of Jägermeister?" And I was like,
Sick.
"Yeah." He's like, "I've drunk way too much of it this tour, and I'm sponsored by them, so you can just have a bottle."
That's
It's
sick.
like this is literally the best job ever, and I'm not even getting paid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Always the way.
yeah. Recognize Terror though. I might have to give them another spin.
Terror sick, man. It's just
Yeah.
like fast, thrashy, like hardcore.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
vocalist is like 40 as well, and he's just like running around the stage, just jumping around like he's still like 19. It's fucking sick.
Henry Rollins vibes. Just
Yeah, 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 yeah,
you're as young
literally.
as you feel. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
honorable
Awesome.
mention. I
Yeah.
should have thrown Wormwood by the Acacia Strain in that
Hmm.
list. I don't know how
Yeah.
that didn't come to my mind, but now it has.
I haven't listened to them in ages. Bloody hell. Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
band.
Nice. Nice. Awesome. Um, is guitar or has guitar always been your sort of first instrument into the fray of music, or was it keyboard, drum kit,
So
and guitar afterwards?
yeah, like in primary school, like, obviously I did that thing where like everyone has like a recorder lesson,
Yeah.
or I think I tried flute for a bit, but
Yeah.
I think I was about five. I got bought like, do you remember those like really small like classical acoustic guitars? I think I got like one of them for Christmas, and then my mom was like, "Do you want to start having lessons?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" I didn't really take it seriously, and then I think when I was about 8 or 9, my uncle showed me like an Iron Maiden DVD, and I was like, "That's sick."
Yeah.
And then like I started actually wanting to play. I think I played trombone for a bit. Um, that was weird, but yeah, it's pretty much always been guitar is like the main thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it always
One.
kind of blows my mind how these things happen where like Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers also plays trumpet.
Yeah,
And I'm like, he's like one of like he's not, but a lot of people think he's like one of the best bassists ever. And
yeah,
it's like, why are you dividing your talent to play trombone and then
yeah,
he
yeah,
wants to do like a solo album and he wants to record all the music himself and all that sort of stuff. But it
yeah,
is funny how these things like just kind of one day, you get a DM from someone or a text from someone saying that we need a guitarist tonight, and you're
yeah,
like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do that. Like, I'll
yeah,
play bass,
literally.
no worries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how it happens.
yeah. It's either that or the band doesn't play, so you feel this sense of like adaptability and
Yeah, it makes you feel
yeah,
important in a way. 'Cause it's
yeah,
like if I don't learn these songs like today, then this show won't go ahead. And it's like, okay, fuck, I need to like
yeah,
really like knuckle down. But
yeah.
it's fun.
Listen to the set list over and over and over.
Yeah, I always like make
Yeah,
like the set list Spotify like playlist and just like sit there with my earphones
yeah.
in and just play it
How often
till
do
it gets.
you how often do you tend to practice when you're not at rehearsal? Do you dedicate like 15 minutes a evening to playing guitar, or is it a bit more ad hoc?
It depends. Like I'll go through phases where I'll spend like anything between like an hour to like sometimes even like 5, 6 hours a day. I'll go through phases of like that, and then I'll go through a phase of where I'll go a week without even picking it up just because
Yeah.
I'm like knackered from work or
Mm.
I just like I've got other things on. But if there's like shows coming up, I find
Mm.
myself practicing a lot more. But right now, for example, I probably haven't played for like I don't think I've played since the show we played last Sunday.
Mm.
And that's simply just because I've been at work like every single day.
Yeah, real life happens, doesn't it? Sometimes it affects your
Yeah,
ability to
yeah,
actually sit
it
at the
really
end of your bed.
does.
Yeah. Do you
It really does.
struggle do you struggle to find a practice space, or have you found a really good one locally that's always been really sort of accommodating? Because I've noticed recently that music studios seem to have died.
Yeah, so in Spitting Teeth, bit of a funny story. So the first place we ever practiced, it was like it's like this very like legendary place in Birmingham. It's a very old studio. Um, but it wasn't really working for us because it's like there's like holes in most of the walls, like it's all
Yeah.
old equipment and like with the
Yeah.
music we play, it just sounded like noise, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But literally I think like my first or second ever band practice, we were there. And at the time, we didn't have like the gear we have now. We were using like real amps back then. However, when we started like wheeling it from that room, we hadn't unplugged the amp head from the wall, and it came off. And just for some reason, there was also a massive glass table right next to it, and this like amp head just went straight into a glass table, and I was like, "Fuck." Um, That's not good. I thought I was going to be like kicked out of the band because I was like, what the fuck have I done? But we just looked at each other and started like laughing. And we did offer to pay for it. I just want to add that. And the guy
Yeah.
was sound. But we were like, yeah, we probably shouldn't practice there anymore. So we started practicing at Pirate Studios for a while just because it's easy and there's one everywhere. But the issue with that now, they have like I don't know if it's like every city, but the one in Birmingham has like a security guard, and every time you go in, you have to like show him your ID, your booking reference, and
Oh
everything.
wow.
He has to like search your bags, and
Yeah.
it takes the piss. So like now we just find like anywhere that we can get really. Like there's a venue in Birmingham called the Asylum.
Mm.
It's where Uproar is, like the nightclub, and they have practice rooms as well. So sometimes we'll literally just get a room there and just yeah. We're not fussy, like we'll practice anywhere as long
Yeah.
as we can get there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, completely. I think the only thing I've ever really asked for as a bass player was like I just need a place to park my car.
Yeah, 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 that
Because
definitely
otherwise
helps.
you're like getting the fucking tube to like go to practice and you're like, this is mental. Like I'm carrying
Yeah,
a cab. Like it's a good thing I
yeah,
got wheels on this bad boy because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
Literally.
Yeah. But yeah, there used to be a bit of an anecdote. There used to be a studio in Weymouth,
Okay.
called Fuzzy's. And I still speak to Fuzzy quite a lot. He's actually in the process of setting up my son's guitar for him because he's recently just started playing. He's 11 years old.
That's it.
So yeah, he's kind of just teaching now. He's not actually got a studio anymore. But some practices we used to show up at like 10 a.m. And I think from what I could tell, he had some sort of mental party the night before in
Right.
the studio because there's just like bodies all over the floor. It's just like dehumidifiers are running on full and
They're the
probably
best
a
studios.
couple of substances lying around and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, a bit mad. But he would also just give me the keys to the studio. He'd be like, just lock up whenever.
Oh, that's sick.
And I was like, well, it's going to be like 4 a.m., man. But I
Yeah,
appreciate, that you're willing to trust me.
yeah, yeah.
But after a while, you build up a rapport with like local studios. I found that
Oh yeah, 100%.
as long as you can give them like a weekly repeat business,
Yeah.
they've got a reason to trust you because you'll just keep going back, sort of thing. But yeah, that was good times. That was probably quite a while ago now. But yeah, there we go. Shout out Fuzzy. I need to get him on the podcast, but he's got like an iPhone 2.
Oh.
I don't know if I can handle that. But yeah, all good. Have you currently got any gigs or any sort of album to promote or anything sort of coming up in the immediate
So,
sort of month or two?
next month we have Bloodstock,
Hmm.
which is going to be sick. Hopefully. Um, other than that, so there's nothing like announced at the moment. We have got a new single which is almost ready to come out. We've just got to record a video, get it like just waiting on mixes and stuff as well. As soon as that is out, we've probably got some more music that we will be pushing to be ready to come out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think next year, later this year, next year, we're going to start looking to start jumping on tours and stuff again.
Hmm.
Because the last couple of years, it's been a bit here and there with shows, but yeah, we do want to start like actually pushing it again and getting on stuff because we do a lot of sick lineups, but we actually want to start getting back on tours rather than just one-off shows.
Yeah. Are there many sort of all-day festivals in Birmingham?
Oh man, we not so much anymore. They used to be.
Yeah.
Um, we played one last year, called Dead Fest. That was pretty sick. It's in like this old pub called Castle and Falcon, which have like a venue room. Um, that other than that, I honestly can't think of any anymore.
It feels
There
like,
used to be
yeah. Go on.
no, there used to be like there's a venue called the Flapper. There used to be like a few
Yeah.
there
Hmm.
every so often. Yeah, that scene now it's just like as
Hmm.
much as it still exists, it's a lot quieter than it was about 5 years ago.
Yeah. Everything seems to have gone to Bristol and Brighton, from what I can tell.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Bristol is sick though.
there's a festival coming up. I think it might be this weekend actually, called Hammerdown Festival,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm planning to get the CEO of that on at some point for this. But yeah, I will try and get you some connections. I can't
yeah,
guarantee
man.
that obviously, every fish is going to bite, but it's kind
Oh
of
yeah,
one
for
of the
sure.
reasons that I started doing this podcast is I just like connecting people and I don't really play bass anymore. So I
Yeah,
quite like just connecting people together and just saying, this is this person's email address, you know, and
yeah, man. That's what happens.
something like going on other people's podcasts that tends to help because I can say
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
this is Punk Rock Factory's email address if you fancy fucking contacting them and just little things like that, just helping each other out. But
yeah.
yeah,
It's best thing to do.
so Birmingham's kind of on the rocks a little bit then, music festival wise.
Yeah, I'd say so. There's a lot of like hardcore shows, and there's a lot of like hardcore bands like in Midlands in general, not just Birmingham, but like we've got like even new ones. So you got like there's a band called Black Mold who are really
Hmm.
fucking sick. They played with us last Sunday. They were really cool. Um, and you've got like bands like that my old band were playing with, like Stitched, Dead Mob, um, fucking. I'm thinking of so many, but most of them have split up now. Like obviously you've got Cauldron from Birmingham. They don't really do that much anymore, but they're still a thing as far as I know. But yeah, festival wise, it's not much anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's always sad when they die, but it's not as bad when they move for like a logistical reason. If
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah.
all the bands are in London, why are we putting this on in Birmingham? It makes sense. But it's about tying those festivals together into a tour rather than, going to Croydon, playing a show, and then coming back home and being like, well, what was that all about? Yeah, it's just about sort of making it as logistically sound as possible, isn't it? Making that tank of fuel
Oh
as
yeah,
efficient as possible. And when you're on tour for a while, I think everyone gets a bit narky with each other if you're all in the same van and you don't really have any
yeah,
privacy. And yeah, you need to go back to your family and, you're taking time out of work, taking your annual leave.
yeah,
It's
literally.
got to work for you. And, sometimes tours don't necessarily pay as much as what you think. And the
No,
big bad
never.
Spotify's come along and taken everyone's cash for
hmm
streaming and stuff. But it's good fun though, isn't it? It's not all negative.
Yeah, I mean, like that's why we got into it was because we wanted to do it and have fun. It's just
Yeah,
as you get older, it's like I need money. Do you know?
yeah,
So I mean,
yeah. Yeah, you got to be all in nowadays, otherwise it's just
yeah,
going to fall apart completely.
literally.
Can you explain your sort of relationship with Jackson and Bare Knuckle and potentially any other endorsements?
Yeah, man. So my relationship with Jackson is they were the first brand like ever that I was really interested in. Um, so when my uncle got me into Iron Maiden when I was like 9 years old, Adrian Smith was using Jackson. And I was like, they look sick. I really like the logo on the headstock and stuff. I remember I got my first one when I was 12, I believe, which I regrettably got rid of. It was one of the old Pro models. It was like the when they were made in Japan and like handmade. Um, that was really sick. We got it like used at PMT for like 400 quid. And I stupidly sold it for real cheap to help fund an EP for a band I was in that does not exist anymore or have music anywhere, like no streaming sites or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, got rid of that, started playing other stuff. Um, and when I joined Loose Ends, I was using like an Ibanez at the time, which was pretty sick, but I didn't really like how light it felt, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It just sort of, I love Ibanez and I love how they look and sound, but it just felt like I was playing a toy because it was so light.
Mm.
Um, and then I was just like, fuck it. During lockdown, I was like, I'm gonna order another Jackson. So I got the black Misha Mansour like six string,
Mm.
which like I'm not even really a Periphery fan. I think they're cool. But then they were never a band I got into, but I really like his Jacksons. So I got that as soon as shows started back up, was playing that every loose end show. And then we did. Do you remember the band Your Demise?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did like uh we've got a few shows like here. We're not a band anymore, but we're gonna do a few shows. I think it was London, Southampton, and Sheffield. And we just randomly got a message one day asking if we wanted to play them shows.
What the
I was just
fuck?
like, yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, we
As
want
you
to play
do.
them shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we played them, got on with Your Demise pretty well, who were also endorsed by Jackson.
Okay.
And essentially it was specifically Stu. Yeah, it was Stu. He gave me Tim's email, who is the like rep for
Yeah.
the UK. Um, and at first I emailed him and never heard back. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's just one of them things. But one day I was just like, I'm gonna look again. And it turns out the email had like bounced back, it hadn't sent. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. And I emailed him off a different email account because I was like, I'm just gonna try it, see if it goes through on this one. And it went through. I heard back. Yeah, sent me all the information. He was like, I'd be happy to have you. And
Yeah.
then I was like, That's fucking mental." And then again, similar thing with Bare Knuckle. Like, I literally just emailed them and was like, "Hey, I really like your pickups. I'm in this band. I'm doing these shows. I'm not asking for free stuff, but do you want to like start a relationship?"
Mm.
And they were like, "Yep, absolutely. Like, send me some pictures. We'll put you on the website, etc."
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking sick. And then other than that, we just have like everyone in the band is endorsed by Intune GP, which is like a pick company in America. They just do like
Okay.
custom like picks. And they're really sick, like really good artist relations and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mental.
Yeah, I think a bare knuckle from the UK.
Yeah, they're a UK brand. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I might have to reach out to them. I had a guy on probably about 6 months ago now called Ollie Miles from Perpetual
Yeah,
Paradox.
yeah. I think we're like I think we've spoke on Instagram. I know we follow
Yeah,
each other.
he's
He's
a
a
nice
cool guy.
guy. I don't know how he does. I think he's in like 3 or 4 bands. I
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know how he does that day to day, but he finds a way. He's got that
yeah.
London
Yeah,
spirit in him of like, I need to just get everywhere all at once.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Need to get
He's
on the
like a
shoot.
shredder as well, and
Yeah, yeah.
he can like blows
But
my
yeah,
mind.
he's sponsored by a company called Legendary Pickups, and I'm not
Yes, yeah,
sure
yeah.
what their sort of situation is at the moment, but Bare Knuckle are definitely one of the bigger sort of pickup companies in the UK that I've seen. I think the Periphery have some sort of relationship with them as well.
Yeah, yeah. So funnily enough, like it's Misha again. He's got some signature ones. Which like again, this sounds really weird. I'm not really a big Periphery fan,
Hmm.
but I've got his signature bare knuckles in my 7 string signature Misha
Yeah,
Jackson, just because he makes really nice and like good sounding gear. So
yeah,
it works for like our music as well. So I've just ended up with like loads of it without
yeah.
listening to his band.
I know some people that have got Steve Vai, like Gemini and Universe, Gems or whatever they're called,
Oh yeah,
and they can't stand Steve Vai, but he makes really
yeah.
decent gear.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
with
It's like
John Petrucci from Dream Theater as well.
yes, yeah, yeah. It's like how everyone was once using every like metalcore band used to use like the Jim Root like signature Telecasters.
Yeah,
I remember Miss May I always used them, and but everyone loves Jim Root though. So
yeah, absolutely. Supreme CBD. Okay, this isn't just a normal ad read. This is stuff that I genuinely believe in, and as you can see, I'm using quite a bit of it at the moment. Are you getting enough sleep? Is your sleep hygiene good? Is your overall anxiety at a good level? Is it manageable? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself. So for me, I think Supreme CBD is the best in class. I've used other companies previously, and their oils and their edibles are just absolutely fantastic compared to other brands. The Bears are super popular, and they're currently doing an offer which is unbelievable. If you use my code Bedlam40, you can get this offer for over just under £65. And the size of the tub that they are selling with this bundle is 5 times the size of this. So with that, you'll get a 3,000 milligram oil, 3,200 tub milligram tub of bears, and you'll get a free gift. So if you use the code Bedlam40, you'll get that for just over £65. Also, everything on their site is 40% off if you use my code, which is Bedlam40. And this stuff is just absolutely fantastic. I'm genuinely really surprised that I'm getting on as well as I am with this. And I'm not being paid to advertise this. So yeah, you can get them in different strengths, depending on your mood, depending on what you think you need to function. So thank you very much for supporting the show. And back to it. We're back. So, two questions before we forget, or I forget, because I'm not very good at this. Apparently, I've only been doing this for 4.5 years. We won't talk about the Zoom meetings, Matt, because we don't want to let people know how unprofessional I actually am. Um, but yeah, with July being here, and festival season is upon us. Have you got any plans to go to any festivals, even if you're not playing them this year?
man, honestly, I really wanted to go to Download and Outbreak this year, but it was a case couldn't get it off work. So
Yeah.
um again, Slam Dunk as well, couldn't get it off work.
Okay.
I believe this year my only festival will be Bloodstock, which I'm playing. Um, yeah, I would love to go to more. Like me and my girlfriend used to go to. We always used to go to Slam Dunk, Outbreak Festival as well. Um, but yeah, since I think since like 2022, and we've
Hmm.
just took on more adult responsibilities. We just haven't had the chance, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
hopefully next year.
Do you know when you're on for Bloodstock? Do you know like what stage, what day, what time already, or is
And
it a bit up in the air?
So I don't know time. We're on the New Blood stage on the Sunday. So originally when they asked us, we didn't know a day. And I actually like as soon as we got the offer, I messaged my manager at work and I was like, "Hey, I really need this weekend off
Hmm.
because I don't know what day it is." And he was like, he looked into it and he messaged me back and he was like, "You've already got that weekend booked off." I was like, "What the fuck have I got that booked off for?" And I was like, "Shit, have I got plans?" And it
Hmm.
clicked in my head on the Saturday, my uncle's wedding, and I'm his best man. So I was like, "Fuck, I obviously can't miss that." And I was like, "So we need to make sure we're not playing the Saturday
Yeah.
because I need to play Bloodstock."
Yeah.
And I need to be at my uncle's wedding. So luckily, we just emailed them and was like, "Can we just make sure we'll play any day other than the Saturday?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, we'll stick you on the Sunday. It's fine." So
Cool.
thankfully, they were cool enough to do that for us.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because I think sometimes when festivals message you, it's kind of like dictated that you have to be at this place. And let's be
Yeah,
honest, you're always there way too early, aren't you?
yeah,
Like festivals,
100%.
like the changeover for bands is so quick and so
Yeah,
like you usually get there with like 7 hours to spare, and
yeah,
especially if
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a sort of thing where you have to like get the what's the fucking train called? The one to France.
Eurostar.
That, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Just kept saying in my head Channel Tunnel. It's just like that's not what it is. But yeah, just when it's like, you need to involve a passport, you're like, oh my God, like this is so
yeah,
much commitment to like playing a 30 minute set list,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. As long as you've got some time to relax whilst you're there as well. Because
I
a
hope
lot of
so.
people get there and they're so fired up and they stress themselves out so much and they need their
Yeah,
amp to sound a specific way, and
yeah,
you might only get a line check rather than a full sound check, and
yeah,
yeah,
100%. It's
sometimes
sold
it
out this year
gets.
as well. So like,
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna be like, fuck,
Yeah,
so
man.
many people.
That'll be awesome. Well, I'll be interested to catch up with you after that because
Oh yeah, man,
I imagine that's quite high. Oh, yeah,
it'll be
sweet.
sick.
Yeah, slam dunk. I need to try and make a conscious effort to go to that really because I keep thinking about it and then it kind of comes and goes.
Yeah, they used to have back in the day. They had a Midlands date as well.
Hmm.
Now it's just like Leeds and London. But originally, when Slam Dunk was quite small, they had a date in Wolverhampton, which was sick because essentially they had the main stage in like an actual venue, but all the other stages, like the heavier bands on, it was actually just in the street, and they would like close the street off, and there'd be like people climbing trees, like jumping on top of the crowd, and
Yeah,
it kind of felt like a Warped Tour vibe.
yeah, yeah,
Um, And then they moved it to Birmingham there for a couple of years, and then they just scrapped the Midlands date, which sucks for us. But yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't
good,
please all the
good
people
fest
all
though.
the time and all that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
exactly.
I think as well, like I need to make like a conscious effort to go to something I download because it's just so
Yeah,
much money.
is a lot of money.
It's like, do I go to download or do I go to Tunisia for a week,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
all
Literally,
inclusive?
literally.
But yeah, I was gutted that I didn't get to see Sleep Token because I knew that they'd put on a hell of a show and I knew that they
Yeah,
had a lot of stigma against them and
yeah,
kind of felt that they were sort of trying to win the crowd over before they'd even
yeah.
got on stage.
Well, I can't even lie. Like at first, I was one of these people, and I was like, I don't get the sleep token thing, and I was just like, oh, they suck.
Hmm.
But through a friend at work who really likes them, they actually showed me a specific song, and I was just like, this actually bangs.
What one
And I'm
was
just
it?
like, I think it was Emerge.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just like that vocal line over that. I'm sure you know which one I mean.
The arms
It's
around
like,
me bit.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then that sort of like flow he does.
The way
But
it like translates to the
yeah,
transcription
yeah,
of
I
the
was just
guitar.
like,
Yeah.
this is actually sick. And
Mm.
I was just like, the reason I was being negative about that band is because so many other people were, and in my head, I was just like, oh, okay, they must
Yeah.
suck then. But then I actually gave them a chance, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is a good band, and they deserve to be doing that.
Yeah.
If that makes
Definitely.
sense.
But it was a bit weird to me because a lot of people were moaning about the fact that it was like Kiss, Iron
Yeah,
Maiden, Motley Crue, Slipknot, Def Leppard, repeat every single
yeah,
year. And then a band
yeah,
like Sleep Token comes out and everyone's like, oh, no, not
yeah,
them.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm like, you
yeah,
literally don't know what the fuck you want. Like, so
yeah,
download's gonna tell you what you want, and Andy Copping is gonna ram it down your throats, and you're gonna either
yeah.
love it or hate it.
People complain about anything they can. It's like,
Oh yeah,
especially in the UK, it's like we'll complain about one thing, and then when we get the thing we said we wanted, it's
yeah,
like, well, that's not good enough.
yeah,
We'll
completely,
complain about that as well. We're
completely.
weird.
We are very
People are
weird.
weird.
But yeah. Next question I wanted to ask you was motivation and passion. So I've always got in my head that music is very much art. And I know some people
Yes.
laugh at that because it's not like a physical painting or something. But what makes you wake up and what keeps you motivated to like fight the good fight and still want to make music?
So for me, definitely discovering new bands helps. I realize every time I get into a new band, it's like, oh, I want to pick up my guitar and see what I can do. Um, I tend to I struggle with motivation when nothing is happening in
Yeah,
terms of like my bands. Say if we go through like a dry spell.
yeah,
Like last year, for example, I really struggled last year. Like I didn't really enjoy the shows we played last year. I think it was just because obviously Joel had just joined Oceans at that point, and it was like in my head, I was like, "Are we going to last as a band? Is this going to be it?" I
mm,
was just sort of down. I was just being like over dramatic, and then like if you watch shows like videos of shows from last year that we did, I just look like I don't want to be there because I
yeah,
just didn't have the motivation. Whereas this year, it's been like the complete opposite. I've enjoyed like every show we've done. Like I'm moving a lot more, stage presence a lot better. I'm actually having fun.
mm.
Um, and I think the more stuff we do, the more motivated I am, if that makes sense.
Because you've got something to run up to.
Yeah, it literally is that as
Yeah,
well. Like we have a new bassist now as well, Gaz, and I think him joining has really like motivated me as well because he's like very don't know what the word is. He's like very ADHD in terms of like he's sort of looking after everything now. Like he's pushing everything like on socials and
yeah,
stuff, and it's sort of like now we have someone else doing that. I can see that he's excited as I am, if that makes sense, and that
yeah,
sort of like rubs off on me. So
yeah.
he's been a big help as well.
That's good. Yeah, because this world now where we like have to post TikToks about getting ready to go to the studio is just I
Yeah.
can't I don't have a social media person, I
Yeah.
do all of it myself and my
It's
Instagram
draining at
following
times.
drops and I'm like, oh fuck's sake, who have I
Yeah, yeah,
upset
yeah.
now? And I get so
Draining.
many DMs from so many random people that are like, join this Saudi Arabia giveaway. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
sign up for any of this shit. Like,
It's just like all the
yeah,
bots are just
yeah,
messaging you
yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah.
jewelry things as well.
Boost your SEO results and get
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
YouTube subscribers. Fuck
Yeah.
off. But
Do you ever get them
yeah, it's sort of,
emails that are like, we seen your Instagram account and like
yes.
we think you have yeah,
I used
bro.
to get
They
about 6 or 7 of them a day at one point. I was
yeah,
like, this
yeah,
is
yeah,
like, how the hell? Because like, this hasn't really been going that long. So it's
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
how's this even,
Weird,
what
man.
have I signed up to using my
Yeah,
podcast email account?
yeah,
But yeah, no, it does get a little bit draining sometimes. I absolutely hate putting Instagram posts up. There's something about it because
yeah,
on each one I try and promote the episode that I've just done, and I end up like it's kind of like paralysis by analysis, where I'm like, what did we talk about? It was a good
yeah, literally.
episode. I know it was a good episode. I feel better for doing it, but then I've got to like listen back to it, and I'm like, oh, we spoke about society and
Yeah.
we didn't talk about politics because, I didn't fancy an argument with this person.
No,
But
literally.
yeah,
To be fair,
yeah,
like every time I post on Instagram, I get like
yeah,
mad anxiety, and I don't know why. It's like even just uploading gig pictures, it's
yeah.
like it just plays in my head, and it's like it's every small bit. It's like, oh, do I look stupid in this photo? Like,
Hmm.
oh, do I look fat in that? Or like
Hmm.
even stuff like, oh, if this doesn't get enough like so many likes, or
Yeah.
like the brands that endorse me gonna see that and be like,
Hmm.
oh, this guy's not getting like any.
Mm.
It's just social media sucks, but
Yeah, it does. I think Joe Rogan said it in quite a sort of, what's the word, an eloquent way a couple of years back. He was like, the internet's fantastic, but it's like sugar.
yeah,
And if you just are on the internet all the time, you're going to get diabetes. So you
yeah,
you just have to
100%.
like portion your time on the internet and not stare too much into the void.
Yeah,
Because I think he does something on Twitter and stuff called Post and Ghost.
Right.
He'll be like, "Hey guys, I'm playing Atlanta with Dave Chappelle," and then he
Yeah.
just puts his phone away.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
doesn't look at the comments. He doesn't ask anyone to retweet stuff. He just that's I've told you I'm doing something. If you're there, you're there. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I rate that.
But life as Joe Rogan is probably quite easy. Let's be
Yeah.
completely honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, are you into video games at all?
To an extent, I'm not a big gamer. A lot of people at work are like properly into games and spend all day playing. Same with like I know Joel and our mate Connor as well, who's one of the artists at Joel's Tattoo Studio. They're all like big gamers.
Yeah.
Um, the games I play now, like I'm really into like theme parks and stuff.
Okay.
So I play like there's a game called Planet Coaster,
Hmm.
where you can like build a theme park and like run
Yeah,
it.
I've
I play that.
seen a bit
Yeah,
of that on
yeah,
YouTube where people just make crazy rides with like
yeah, yeah,
sharks.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
decent. There's another one called No Limits, which is a bit more realistic and you can like operate the rides and stuff. I play like nerdy shit like that.
Hmm.
I used to play a lot more games when I was a kid. Like I remember like Star Wars Battlefront and stuff
Oh
like that.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those were my things, or like Lego Star Wars.
Hmm.
Um, I
Yeah.
mean, I do need to get another console because I don't really have one anymore. Um, I just play like on my Mac or
Hmm.
which barely works. Or
Yeah.
like recently, I have been playing a lot of Call of Duty Mobile, like just
Okay.
on my phone, which I'm actually enjoying that 'cause I didn't expect there to be like the actual maps from
Yeah.
like COD. 'Cause I play COD like
Hmm.
when I go around my girlfriend's, she's got like a gaming setup, so
Yeah.
play that on Mario Kart.
There you
But
go.
yeah, when I'm on my own, not so much now,
So
unfortunately.
if you have DM'd Matt and he shows us active now on Instagram and it's been 3 hours, he's probably playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So yeah,
literally.
let him do his thing. Yeah, awesome. Um, bit of a rogue one for you, but favorite animal and favorite animal noise, and they don't have to be the same.
Okay, so I know my one for the noise straight away, which is it's like a prehistoric bird called a shoebill stork,
Okay.
and it like makes like a machine gun sound. So like it just with its beak, it just really quickly like it's mental. They're a really cool bird.
Yeah.
Um, if you've not seen like any of the videos, definitely look it up because
Okay.
they're creepy, but they're like really friendly towards humans. It's weird.
Hmm.
Um, my favorite animal. I'm really into like fish, like anything that like lives underwater.
Hmm.
I I love like I've got goldfish in my garden.
Yeah.
But I love koi, sturgeon, sharks,
Hmm.
like anything that can swim. I'm a fan of.
Okay.
But I do also love goats.
Let's go.
Goats are fucking sick.
Yeah, they really just don't give a shit, do they? They just
Nah,
climb
nah,
mountains and
they're mental.
the little laughs that they do, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they just
A lot of
headbutt
the
you. And
time,
yeah,
yeah, literally, a lot of the time you can like find me and my girlfriend just like a random place that'll have like either fish or like a petting zoo because we're both like boring and
ha
we just want to pet like animals.
natural habitat.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's weird,
yeah.
man, but
I
turtles are
bet.
cool.
There we go. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'll try and find a picture of the was it like a dinosaur thing that you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
at the
So
start?
they're still around now, but I believe they were like actually around in the dinosaur times. It's called a shoebill stork.
Okay, I'll
They're
get the editor
nuts.
to put something up on the
Yeah,
screen
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Sorry, Jamie, making you work more, mate.
They're nuts.
Yeah, awesome. Do you believe in the paranormal at all or any superstition of any nature?
So I do. I'm a bit skeptical, but I definitely do, if that makes sense. Like I've seen things, weird things that I always try and
Yeah, of course.
like make sense
Yeah.
of, but there's a few things that have happened to me where it's like I really can't make sense of that, if that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah. Is it usually like in a place of comfort, like a home, or is it like you go to an like explore an abandoned building with your friends or whatever, or is it
So
a mix?
definitely a mix. So one was literally just a couple of years ago. So where I live in like a little town in Staffordshire. I'm about just under
Mm.
an hour from Birmingham. I live in a little town called Rugeley,
Mm.
and right next to like one of the biggest forests in the UK. It's called Cannock Chase.
Okay.
Um, and there's for me to get to and from work, there's like a long drive where it's just like forest each side, like really tall trees, and in the dark it is creepy anyway. But there was one night a couple of years ago we went on like a works do, like Christmas do or whatever. Um, and I don't drink, so a lot of the time I'm like the designated driver for
Yeah.
everyone, and I'd given everyone a lift home. And I was driving back to my house through the chase, and it was about 1 a.m. in the morning, um, pitch black, no other cars. And I wasn't drunk, like I hadn't been drinking, so I knew it wasn't anything to do with that. I was driving, and then I had my full beams on, and then I just see what looks like a horse, like a really tall horse with someone sitting on it. No like jacket on or anything, like nothing like glowing. And I was like, what the fuck? And like I swerved to go round it, just thinking it was an actual person riding a horse. Look in my mirror, because it would have been like right behind me, and it's not there anymore, but there was nowhere for it to turn off. And, like
Oh, I
I
got
literally, I went,
goosebumps. Oh,
yeah, yeah, I literally,
yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
went stone, I went stone cold. All the hairs stood up, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, because at that point when
Um,
you're in a car, you're like, do I just keep driving?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, literally.
if I
I was
stop,
like,
is it
"Fuck."
going to come back and fuck me
Yeah,
up? And am
yeah.
I
I
going to
was like,
be
I need
part
to
of a
get
horror
home.
film? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I literally got home. I was sending like voice notes to like some of the
Yeah.
people I just dropped off, and like, I can try and find one and send it to you,
Yeah,
but.
man.
And you can hear like in my voice that I'm like shook up and I'm like, what
Genuinely,
just
yeah.
happened? But then the next day, so I told my like family about this. I was messaging like everyone. My sister messaged me, and th there is like a lot of stories about the chase. Like there's the black-eyed girl, etc. Like all these stories. This one that she sent me, like I swear on everything I have in my life, I had never seen, and it was the Earl of something. I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
He died like it was something to do with the chase, and it said he can regularly be seen. His ghost can regularly be seen riding horseback in the middle of the night, usually surrounded by dogs. And like I read that, and I was just like,
That was
"Fuck,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah." But like that, I can't explain
That
if
is
that makes
freaky.
sense.
Especially when you're like stone cold sober as well, because a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
they suffer with like sleep paralysis and like I don't know about you, but when I wake up, I need like 20 minutes to like realize that I'm actually awake and like
yeah,
you've
yeah,
got this like residual brain juice
yeah,
and like
yeah,
everything just feels a bit sort of like you're in a Matrix, you know?
yeah, literally.
Not like Kanye West, but the actual
Yeah,
Matrix, you know. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's an interesting one. I'd be interested to look a little bit more into that because I am quite into my paranormal stuff. I do
yeah, man.
actually want to do some exploration at some point, but
You should definitely look up Cannock Chase. Like, it's got a
yeah.
lot of like creepy history.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's
I will do.
massive as well.
Yeah, that always helps, doesn't it? Lots of
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
space to ride your horse about,
yeah, yeah,
Sleepy Hollow style.
yeah, yeah.
So the binfluencer question, you might have seen this one. When
Go
you
on.
take the bins out, do you know
Right.
which bin you need to take out on which week? Do
No.
you lead or do you follow and watch what the other people do next to you?
So typically, I'll try and look out for any that have already been put out. Um, but I usually just pray that it's gonna be the one that's most full.
Yeah,
You know, like when like your general waste bin is just getting like to the top, and then you
yeah.
realize it's not that one that goes out this week, and you're like, fuck, gonna have to go
You're
to the
like,
tip.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Been there, done
I
that.
hate that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
completely. Yeah, the recycling bins are quite generous. Like they're bigger, they're
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
green,
yeah.
and you can just
Yeah.
put more cardboard in it. I
Yeah,
occasionally
yeah.
get my son to just get in the bin, the recycle bin, and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Just
squish it all
stamp it
down.
down. Yeah,
And we get like a couple more days out of that, so that's fun.
yeah.
But yeah, awesome. Okay, last question. Bit more of a positive one because
Yeah, man.
I do find myself getting a bit cynical sometimes after being on
Nah,
Zoom
man.
for 40 minutes.
Nah, I love it, don't
Um,
worry.
what's one feature about yourself that you really like?
Oh, fuck. Um, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I'm generally quite empathetic and good towards everyone. Um, like because I'm not someone who typically is usually too fond of myself, if that
Mm,
makes sense. But I feel like one of my strong points is I can sort of get on with and make friends with anyone. Like like everyone at my job, for example, I'd say m most of my best friends I've met through just a normal job.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And everyone there is like so different, and
Mm,
I can just sort of like get on with everyone. So I feel like that's something I do well. Like I can
yeah.
just speak to anyone.
Yeah, that's a skill, definitely, especially when you're in a band. It really
Oh,
helps, doesn't
absolutely.
it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because
100%.
there's definitely a difference between talking to people and talking at people.
Yeah,
And that ability to read the room and base your
yeah,
conversation around certain situations is something that you can't really sort of teach.
yeah. I'm definitely
So,
good at like
yeah.
picking up on vibes.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
if someone has like I can tell if someone doesn't want to chat for like ages, if
Mm,
that makes sense, and they just want to chill. Because I know what feel like if
mm,
someone's just hammering on at me, and I'm just like, I just want to like stand in the corner,
yeah.
just look at my phone. But
Yeah, I need
yeah, I
to
can definitely,
recharge. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, literally, yeah. I feel like that's a decent quality I have at least.
Love it. Awesome. Well, as long as you've got one person like that in a band, then I'm sure you'll do well. Because
Yeah, man.
sometimes having everyone in that sort of situation can be
Yeah,
quite overwhelming. And also, if
yeah,
like I've met so many talented bands, man, where they just don't know how to talk to promoters and they don't know
yes,
how to talk
yeah,
to venues. And I'm like, you guys are fucked. Even if you
yeah,
are like the most talented group of musicians, if you can't even be bothered to like check your spelling on an email, then
yeah, yeah,
be people unfortunately are just going to sort
yeah,
of delete your email. Or
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, that's an important trait to have. And
But people don't
yeah,
realize like you need to be like so respectful towards promoters as well because it's like if you piss one promoter off,
they talk to
they
each other.
tell every other promoter and it's like then you're not getting shows. And it's
Completely.
like, yeah, you need to promoters do a lot of work as well. So
Yeah,
you gotta like be nice to them and like understand
yeah,
why they say things they say. Like if they tell
yeah.
you to be somewhere, you need to be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to be there like slightly earlier than what they say as well,
Oh yeah,
because
100%.
shows that you're keen and you want to play more shows. Yeah,
No, absolutely.
awesome. Well, it's been lovely speaking to you for the first time. I appreciate
And
that
you,
this
bro.
is quite harrowing sometimes when you jump straight onto Zoom and you're already getting annihilated with questions. But
Nah, man, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it,
yeah,
honestly.
good stuff. Cool. So yeah, check out Spitting Teeth. And
Please.
what band did you say you're sort of deputying for at the moment?
So I sometimes play in a band called Wither.
Yeah, that was it.
Really cool band.
Awesome. So yeah, check them out on Spotify. Check out their Instagrams and support them in any way you can. If it's buying merch or going to a show, it all helps.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
cool. Thank you very much for
No
watching.
worries.
And yeah, cheers for coming on. Take care. Bye bye.